Hey there. Just hanging out in my living room. Um, and of course, my cat is going to yak through this entire thing because she needs to irritate me. Um, Hello. So I did a meditation on the upcoming reading just to see if I could pick up anything. Um, there was also a card that kind of needed to be chosen last night. Um, I don't think this one makes much sense, really, unless you're feeling intimidated or guarded and protected from someone or something. Um, I mean, that could go either way, depending on who you are and what exactly is going on for you. Um, See, what I'm picking up on in this meditation, this sounds an awful lot like either a person in a toxic relationship or a person in a toxic family situation that is just so stuck. So stuck. And I was sorry to find these meanings after my meditation. They were unfortunate. But for example, as you can see there, the meditation didn't lead me to believe that this is something that will not be gotten through. It's just the torture of it all right now. It's a hard road that you're on, and a lot of us have been there. There was mention in the meditation as well about some upcoming wealth, journey, relocation, moving on. Yeah, getting big feels on this wanting to be past a cycle. It seems like you're either close to the end or close to beginning the end. There are things that you need to wrap up. Got the bottom. This is the second mention of money contentment, signing of money agreement. I don't know if perhaps someone may be coming into a divorce settlement. I think it's highly possible. But that's what it really put me in mind of the meditation. It was very positive, though, very much stating need is really for you to right now believe in the fact that everything is going to be okay. Changes are going to be the most beneficial for you. It just looks so difficult, and I'm so sorry if you're resonating with this at all. This is a really hard spot to be in. But you know, the meditation and the cards, they're not really saying, you know, there's no getting out of this. They're not saying like if you make any sudden moves, you're going to be destroyed. There's nothing like that whatsoever. You know, I'm just getting a lot of you need to think positive about your future and start letting go, or finish letting go. And know when you're in something of a toxic situation, You know, it can be very confusing, um, especially when you love someone, be it toxic friends, family, lovers. It can be so difficult because you feel that love for them, but you know that their behavior is toxic, and even if you know that they love you too, you just can't go on living like that. We've got the bear. These are some homemade cards. Yeah, there was mention of strength of character in the meditation as well. Yeah, this is going to take a lot of believing in yourself. Looks like there's luck and opportunity. Just good luck, good opportunity to move on. Just, yeah, stay away from the snake, people. You may have a snake in the grass type coming towards you, or your current situation may include a snake type. Which, yeah, who hasn't been there, done that, right? Unfortunately. Good gravy. So, that Sagittarius there, that could be in reference to the snake, or it could be in reference to when things very well may come to a head sometime within that November-December time frame. I know it sounds like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, it's gonna seem like it was so fast, and you're just gonna be so happy to be out of it. Interesting. So this is distant from, this is a marriage ending, I feel. Turbulent married life indicated there. So yeah, it definitely seems like there's some confirmation on that front. Divorce and separation. I cannot speak from experience, but I can say for certain, I have never heard anyone say, wow, my divorce, it was so fast and so easy, and it didn't involve any heartbreak or trauma at all. No. I wish that I could just put those good vibes on anyone and everyone who may be going through the situation. I really do. I hate to hear about people in pain, people hurting, especially when it's needless. You know, if two people decide they don't want to be together anymore, that should be the end of that. There should be no poking the bear, no being jealous and backhanded and greedy and, you know, this, that, and the other thing. There should be none of that. Like, okay, so it didn't work. Move on with your lives. You know, it should be a mutual respect there. It rarely, if ever, is. Which is just, oh gosh, it's so unfortunate. We're not here to treat one another like that. We're here to love one another, to make life easier and more enjoyable for one another, to really add something to other people's existence. Karma, destined and inevitable. You know, divine intervention was also, and the ending of cycles was also mentioned during the meditation as well. You know, when you start learning more things on an esoteric level, if you're interested in those topics, you will find that life, if you pay attention, you really do go through cycles, and life is all about learning lessons, and I'll tell you, if you don't learn a lesson once, oh, it'll come back around. Don't you worry. You'll get the same lesson in the form of a new person. You will. You'll get tests too. You'll get tests over the same material in the form of new people and slightly different but similar situations. So what do we have here? We have, oh, this was also again mentioned in the meditation, just really the need to open up emotionally. It seems like it's for yourself, though, for your own good. It seems that there is perhaps something seems to be under the impression that you are not processing this situation appropriately for your highest good. You know, that was pointed out several times during the meditation that you know, whomever this resonates for, you know, there's a lot of getting serious and getting honest with yourself that should be happening right now. It's for your highest good. Feelings, yeah, you know, feelings can make you cry. They can make you feel shitty about yourself. They can be a little scary to think, God damn, was I that person? Am I that person? Is that who I really am? Did I really treat people this way? Why did I react in this way to this situation? You know, shouldn't I have done better, known better? You can do better now. You can do better for yourself. You can start by really digging deep within yourself. As far as the meditation and the cards are concerned, I don't see this being a salvageable situation. I think that the decision has already been made between whomever is involved here. And breaking free, this could have double meaning, breaking free and finding independence, or, you know, there could be children involved. Let me see here. Yeah, you definitely, I mean, not everybody can connect to themselves. That could be very difficult for some people. So, you know, please just don't be hard on yourself. Many people weren't raised to be introspective. You know, it can be a foreign topic to many people. So many people were raised and went on to live their adult lives to live on the surface. And there's nothing wrong with that, except for when it becomes detrimental to you, your family, your friends, any of your loved ones. You know, there comes a time when you need to look at your behavior, your thoughts, your actions, who you are as a person, what kind of vibes you're throwing out there into the world, what you're really doing and saying to other people. And you need to make peace with yourself so you can move on and understand that maybe treating people the way you do, or allowing other people to treat you the way you allow them to treat you, is no longer going to be acceptable. So next we have the cat card. See, honey, this is the problem. This cat attitude, this is going to be a problem. This may have actually caused your problems. Apathetic, disinterested, my way or the highway, unaffected, not my problem, do what I want when I want. Yeah, that kind of attitude doesn't work even in a relationship, let alone a marriage. That isn't good for anyone. That's an unfortunate attitude to have, but something tells me it this reading isn't going to do anything for the person for whom may be watching it and resonating with it. And you know what? That's okay. That's all right. But if you do resonate with this, I want you to keep in mind what has been said here. And I want you to just tell yourself, you know, I'm going to think about this if I ever become ready. Or if I ever decide that maybe it's a good time to dive into my thoughts, my feelings, my what the hell's about myself and my behavior. No one wants to walk through this life feeling bad about themselves. But there are ways to get around that. You conduct yourself as the type of person that you would like to be met by. You know, they say, do unto others as you would have done unto you. I mean, you can really apply that to any interaction that you have with any other human being on the planet. For real. There may be a chance for, I mean, depending on the correct attitude, I mean, there could be a chance for a reconciliation, but someone's closed-minded and avoidant. You know, what do you do? Is it you that's closed-minded and avoidant, or is it the significant other, or is it the family? You know, how does anyone work with that? Without proper communication, you can't get anywhere. And you know, I've heard it stated, you know, you can explain yourself all you want, but the other person isn't going to meet you any further than what they've already met themselves. This means, you know, you can't be expecting them to comprehend your thoughts and feelings when their emotional intelligence is at, let's say, a level 2 and you're operating on a level 9.3. It's not going to work. They're going to be so befuddled and confused. You're going with the flow, man. You're going with the flow. Whatever happens. This was mentioned in the meditation as well, just having a breakthrough and the importance of that. I want you, don't promise me, promise you. Promise yourself that you're going to revisit the possibility of maybe having a breakthrough. And I get it. This is emotional turmoil is what this is. You're silent. They're not talking to you. You're not talking to them. You know, even a nice comment in passing in the kitchen could end up, you know, resulting in a blind rage. You know, it's unfortunate, but you know, some situations do hit that head. I wish for whomever resonates with this, don't do anything you might regret. It may be a good time to look into doing some sort of meditation. You know, finding some way to really deal with stressors and emotionally manipulative people. there's a book, How to Deal with Difficult People, that's available on Audible. You may be able to find it in other places as well. We have traveling. Are we running away? Literally and figuratively. Are we running away while we're at home? Are we running away literally from the home? Are we just spending extra time at work or outside the home to avoid? I mean, I don't know that anyone would necessarily blame, but the emotionally manipulative partner, I'm sure they would find any good reason to nitpick, to blame. That's just how that works. I really must recommend as well. There are so many helpful YouTube channels. It feels like there might be a bit of narcissism going on here. Whichever side, maybe both. I'm not a fly on your wall. Who's to say? What I can say is there are some amazing channels on YouTube. There's a Dr. Ramani who is phenomenal and will really explain a lot of things that may have happened to you that you're not sure. Does it have a name? Am I imagining it? Like, I remember when I found out what narcissism was, and the fact that I wasn't crazy and I was being gaslit to within inches of my life. I cried. It was cathartic for me to know. So I do really need to recommend Dr. Ramani on YouTube. She basically does healing from narcissistic abuse therapy. It's free. If you don't like the idea of going to a therapist or talking to someone in person, please, there are so many resources out there. You just need to watch some videos, you need to read some books, listen to some things, just do yourself the favor. Think of that as your self-care, part of your self-care routine. If you could bring yourself to do so, I think it would be extremely beneficial. We've got The Dream, which honestly sounds like it might be, not to be terrible, but it sounds like it might be going down the shitter, as the kids would say. And we have Past Lives as well. You've got soul ties, and you've got karmic bonds and runner chaser dynamics, and I don't know or care if anyone out there is into all that. If you are, or if it sounds of interest, please go research that. There's so many avenues to do research on those. It's phenomenal. So if you're interested in that, I would definitely recommend. Interesting theories. This came up during the meditation as well. Just the abundance. You will be abundant after this ends. So if you are scared about ending it due to a lack mindset, if you do this right, if you open up to yourself, I think opening up to a partner might be past the point of yours or their concern at this point. Like I said, I feel like there's definitely some emotional exhaustion happening here. It just seems like there's a lot of silence and escapism going on. I think you just may be past the point where talking is going to resolve anything. But like I said, during that meditation, and the cards have even alluded to it as well, like, you are not going to have for lack after this ends. And here we've got the Death card, the good old ending of difficult situations, etc., so forth. Ending of cycles, the beginning of new cycles. I mean, personally, I'm a Scorpio, and I love me some Death card energy, man. You know, when things need to change, it's a phenomenal feeling when they finally do. It's so amazing to let go. We've also got the Two of Pentacles here. Money confusion, juggling two situations or ideas around. Which one causes you the least pain and strife? Just might be a good question for you to ask yourself some point in the near future. Because it seems like you're being led away from a miserable time in your life. Let's see, do we have any follow-ups from this deck? And I don't know who may be watching this, how many tarot readings you've ever done or watched or gotten in person, etc. Like I said in my previous video, you know, I do things how I want, how it feels right to me, and I'm welcoming you to watch and share in that. If it doesn't suit you for any reason, dude, there are so many amazing readers out there. Go find one that suits you. That's fine with me. I wish you to find the most suitable reader for you and your situation. I'm not going to be for everybody, as not everyone is for me. So, I can make you recommendations based on your sign. I have several different placements in my chart. If you happen to have heavy Taurus or heavy Sagittarius, heavy Scorpio, the only thing I really can't give you a good recommendation for is like Libra, Virgo. But yeah, if you need some recommendations, I'd be happy to throw those out if you can't find one that you like. There are so many amazing readers on YouTube, honestly. I'd considered not even doing this because I thought they were so talented and amazing. Like, where was my space? But I'll make a space of my own. That's absolutely fine. We do have some cards that fell during my rant. Let's see. Spark of Curiosity, Gnosis, Spiritual Awakening. Again, that came out in the meditation. I think it's going to be very important for you. I'm not saying start going to church, but I'm not saying it. If that feels like what is right for you, by all means, please. There is so much that the human soul can get out of spiritual practice and learning, no matter what the practice is. You know, highly recommend it. Many options, free will, potential change, freedom, enjoyment. I like it. I think you're well on your way. I think you're definitely well on your way. I really love that. I mean, just after the reading last night, and the meditation to prepare for today's reading and seeing how these cards all fell. Like, I feel for you, whomever resonates with this. I really do. I feel for you entirely. Yeah, there's something's gonna come to a head here soon, I feel. Um, you probably just feel like you're serving time. It just, that is so unfortunate, and I'm really sorry. There's abuse mentioned here as well. The shutting down again. Um, public ridicule and mockery. Nowhere to run. I'm really, my heart goes out to anyone who is having to live like that right now. And again, we've got, just relief from all of that. It seems like it's kind of like a back and forth. I don't know. There's some escapism mentioned. You may be a person that is in, um, a rocky situationship and just kind of like finding chances to escape it, and at this rate, it seems like you should be. Recovery and finding relief suspended between two things. See, it feels so much like you just teeter-totter back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you want to keep yourself in that emotional limbo, like, no one's going to be able to stop you. And if that's what you really feel is right for you and your situation, perhaps you've got an entire life laid out in front of you. Perhaps leaving is just not in the cards. I wish you the strength to get through that, because that sounds like one hell of a difficult ride. We've got achievement, recognition, overthrow, success. Yeah. You could have it. It doesn't seem like it would take too much from you aside from just opening up to yourself. Balance, uplifting, freedom. Feeling good, and I imagine that's few and far between to be feeling good during all of this nonsense. Yeah, and then you go back to thinking about your commitment. Teeter-tottering. Again, constant teeter-tottering. Back and forth, back and forth. Endurance. Trying to endure it. Trying to do what's right. What's right for the marriage. What's right for the family. What's right for the kids. What's right for everybody but you. It's really sad how life put us in situations like that. Well, I just got a big old clod of cards, and you, friend, are going to be waiting until tomorrow. I'm going to wrap up with these two here. Network support associates, gathered meetings. Yeah, I mean, you know the people that you can lean on. Like, lean on your people. Just lean on your people. And I don't mean the hateful ones that are making your life miserable. I mean the people who are truly, seriously there for you. We all have at least one. Hopefully. I know sometimes it might feel like our network is slim to nil, and that is very unfortunate. But I will tell you also, there are support groups on the internet, on Facebook, free to you. All you need to do is get serious about admitting that something is not right. Changes are necessary, and this is a problem. And we've got the Dear John letter. I think that's a great place to end. Something's not working indeed. To anyone that resonated, my heart goes out to you. I'll be back tomorrow to provide any more insight that comes along. In the meantime, please take into consideration, just to wrap up, there are support groups that are free on the internet, on Facebook, for narcissistic abuse survivors. There are channels on YouTube for narcissistic abuse survivors. There are channels on TikTok for the same thing. Don't be afraid to lean on the people that want to be there for you. Don't be afraid of what the future may hold, because the future is trying to tell you, come on out, it's time. Believe the impossible. With that, signing off. Have a good one, guys.